Well, good morning. Today is Saturday, October 7th, and we only have one birthday. Today is Judy K. Slowly Sly. It's Judy's birthday. Boy, with a name like that, you got a whole mouthful of a name there, Judy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great, great birthday today. Just an update on the basement. He was supposed to come yesterday, I told you, at noon. Jim finally texted him at 7 o'clock, and he said, one of his guys got hurt, and they had to bring him to the clinic. Okay, did the whole crew have to bring this one particular person to the clinic? So anyway, I'll be here tomorrow, Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Definitely, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll be there, don't worry. No, 8 o'clock, no, we get a text at 9:30. My mother fell, and I have to bring her to the hospital. Okay, do you not have other people on your crew that can bring you? We'll talk about that more later. So Jim and I, here he comes. Here's the big guy. Did it work?
Yeah.
We're going to Best Buy because we lost power last night.
We did.
But our generator kicked on, and Jim was there for it.
Yep.
And he cursed every minute of it, didn't you, Jim?
Yes.
Because I have the capability of, I can hear a noise, identify the noise, and then go back to sleep. And I heard the noise, identified the noise, but I was too lazy to get up, and I thought I can roll back to sleep, but I knew that Jim would get up because Jim had to get up and close the window. So Jim got up and closed the window, got back in bed. I fell immediately back to sleep. Jim was up for another, 45 minutes?
Until the generator went off.
Listening to his generator. So I found out on Facebook that somebody hit a telephone pole over at the beginning of our subdivision and knocked out the power to the whole unit.
They got it fixed that quick.
They got it fixed in 45 minutes. I couldn't believe that. So Jim got to see the generator in action. Not exactly what he wanted, but... So I will talk to you guys soon. Well, we're back from Best Buy. We wanted to get... I told you that we lost power last night. Somebody had hit a telephone pole or not an electrical pole or whatever, and knocked all the electricity out of the area. And so when we got up this morning, we had to reboot all of our TVs. And my nephew had told me that there's this charger box that you can put on your modem that keeps the power going to the modem even when you lose power, so that we didn't have to reset it. So we went and bought one of those. But I was going on a rant about my basement because, like I said, he was supposed to come on Friday. He never came because somebody hurt themselves and they had to go to the clinic, and he couldn't come today because his mother fell and he had to bring her to the hospital. I don't have any problem with that, but, you weren't the only one working. You have a crew. You don't necessarily have to be here. So he's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, football Sunday. Do I really think he's showing up tomorrow? No. I'm just letting it go. When it gets done, it gets done. But I told Jim I have a plan of attack now. I have a plan of attack. When he's all finished, I'm going to say I'm going to take the pictures and I'm going to send them in. And then when he's going to say something, like, did you get the check yet? I'm going to say, I meant to take the pictures, but I got busy. And then when I finally take the pictures, I have to wait for the check. And when the check finally comes, I have to go to the bank to cash it. And then when the bank cashes it, then I have to go to the post office to get some stamps. And then when I was there, I didn't have an envelope, so I had to go to the store and buy some. They are not getting their money. I'm figuring out exactly how long it took from start to finish, and that's how long it's going to take from finish to start getting your check, how long you're going to be before you get that final check. I know that's kind of vindictive, but I don't know. Maybe it won't even bother him because it's really not that much money. I mean, to him, it's probably not that much money. It obviously can't be that much money. Otherwise, he'd be here finishing the job. But, anyway, so I didn't want to go into it with Jim in the car because we've tested that. We've picked that to the bone already. So it's just, there's no more picking done on that one. It's just, Jim is aggravated too. So it's just, I told him the difference is that when we hired him in the summer, Jim was working his day job because in the summer he works in the days, and he had seen the work that he had done at this one woman that he works with, that Jim's friends with him too. They text back and forth all the time. They're She owns a restaurant over here that we go to every once in a while. Her husband's the nicest man. But anyway, and I'm sure, and we had this discussion this morning when we were discussing the fact that he wasn't coming yet again today. But that if he really did a crappy job for her, she would have told Jim. I know she would have told Jim. But, and then the other guy that does the job, that works for this guy as a side job, he worked with him too. And I said, the difference is that I'm going to say her name, she works with both of these guys, or the one guy that works for him. And so they see her on a daily basis. I've told Jim that if we were having this done in the summer where Mike, I'm going to say his name, Mike, saw him every day, then maybe it would make a difference. But Mike doesn't see him because Mike works days, and then when Jim does work, he works afternoons. So they don't see each other. So he doesn't really care. He just doesn't really care at all. It's just, that's the sad part about it all. But I had promised you that yesterday I was going to put up my before and after pictures for everybody. And it wasn't until I went to bed last night and I thought, what is today? Oh my gosh, it's Friday. And I had promised everybody that I was going to do the before and after pictures. And I completely forgot. But my quote for today is like so perfect. It's like, once you get tired of making excuses, once you get tired of just feeling, once you get tired of having a hard time getting out of a chair, once you get tired of the fact that you don't know, what am I going to eat today? And nothing sounds good. Nothing sounds good. Then you know you've reached the point where it's time. It's time to get on that bandwagon and start losing some weight. I've shown you my pictures. I always have them at the beginning of the video. I have a picture, I think, in the middle of my opening. If not, I used to. Anyway, you've seen enough before and after pictures of me. But these are some of my subscribers that did drop me an email and showed me how they were doing on their plan. So I wrote them down so that I get them in the right order. So the first picture, let me show it to you, is of Mary Vitro. Okay, Mary is down 100 pounds. And in the last over the last 8 years, she lost 60 pounds in the first year. In this last year alone, let me go back. She's lost 80 pounds in the last 8 years, but 60 of it in the last year alone. So that's like my theory, a pound a week. She did really well. And she's only got 40 more to go. So Mary Vitro, thumbs up. You're a great inspiration. Okay, next is Tammy Sizemore. Okay, Tammy Sizemore has gone from 365 pounds down to 304.6. She's doing so good. I always see her on, like when I watch Dish with Dee live, she's always doing lives with her. She always does the live with Kim, a girl on her phone. She's always comments on my videos and that. So I always like to see a picture to the face. And so it's like now when I see Tammy's name, I have a picture of her in my mind. And Tammy, you're doing really well. The next person we have here is Lori Sample. Lori Sample weighed 232 pounds and she was on a 5'3" frame. And she has lost 100 pounds through gastric bypass surgery. And she's been in maintenance mode now, and she fluctuates between 120 and 125. I always say the plan that works for you is the right plan for you. Whatever plan you choose. Some people choose Weight Watchers, some choose the gastric bypass, some use the healthy bites. Some do Jenny Craig. Some do, I don't know, there's so many different ones that they do. Whatever works for you is the right plan for you. If you calorie count, you get a gastric bypass, you do Weight Watchers, I don't care. If you're feeling better and you're accomplishing your weight loss, more power to you. I'm telling you, more power to you. And I'm really proud of you, Lori, that you just made a decision for your life and you stuck to it, and now you have the great results from it. Patricia Haberlin from Grand Rapids, Pat from Grand Rapids. I only saw like this one picture that you sent me with, I think it's your grandson, but I wasn't sure if you wanted your grandson on the internet, so that's why I only swooshed it in just to show you. But here's a picture of Patricia, of her weight loss. She's doing great too. I'm telling you, everybody's doing really, really well. I'm really proud of everybody. And Diana Antu, she's been with me since the beginning. I mean, there's so many of you that have been here with me since the beginning. But when I was almost to 100 pounds and she was only at 60, she was getting a little discouraged. And I told her, hang in there, girl, hang in there. And she hung in there. And now she's at 98 pounds and I'm back to 50. So it's just like, you never know. You just never know. So now she always told me that I was her inspiration. Well, Diana is now my inspiration. And she is such a sweet, sweet lady. She started off at 236 and now she weighs 138. I don't ever remember being 138 pounds. I was 145 pounds when I went to high school, and I was 160 pounds on my wedding day. But, and Weight Watchers says I should weigh 165. I still think, I mean, when I was 20, that was fine weight, but I don't know at 73 or 74 if that's the right weight for me. I will know when I get to the right weight for me. This is not the right weight for me right now, but when I get to where I want to be, my goal now is just to get into Wonderland. If I can get to like 195, because that'll give me a 5-pound leeway that I won't worry about going into the 200s again, I'll be very happy with that. I'll get there. I know I will. And my buddy Nancy Ciampa, or Ciampa, Ciampa, she sends me a quote every single day without fail. And she just, sometimes I use them in my things. Sometimes I just take inspiration from them and come up with something. But I look forward to them every day. I'm so happy that she's able to do that for me. And it really keeps me on track too. But the first picture she has on the one side is when she was 26 years old. And the second one was when she was in the UK last June. And you can really see the weight loss just from there. It was just, she's doing really, really good. She really is. And last but not least is Sparkling Susan. She's lost 50 pounds. So I met her just recently. She came to my house and we went to Jimmy's and she had a gift for Jimmy. And and she did the tag with us. We had a lot of fun. We just really had a lot of fun. But Sparkling Susan is doing great. You're all doing so, so good. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I really am. You prove to me and to everybody that's watching that it can be done. It takes a little bit of determination, a little bit of mind skill sometimes. And it just, like Kat on Cat at Point the other day, she talked about using that no muscle. It's so hard for us to use that no muscle. N-O, no. And we all have those days where some days it's just, you're in a snacky mood, and that's fine as long as it's just the one day. Don't let a one-time fall off the wagon day define your whole week, your month, your year, whatever. Get right back on track, because once you get tired of making excuses, you're ready to make the change. And I am tired of making the excuses. I am knowing that going back to the meetings was the right thing for me. Seeing all your before and after pictures have given me some inspiration. And I'm just so thankful that all of you watch me, support me, encourage me, and don't give up on me. Because there was some time during this past year, although I said I would never quit, I knew I would never quit, but I was kind of giving up. Not quitting so much, but giving up. And there's a little bit of a difference, because even though I was kind of giving up, I really wasn't quitting. I was still at least half-assed trying. And saying that reminds me, I was swearing so much in my video yesterday, and I so apologize. Unfortunately, that's kind of how I talk on my everyday life. I try to edit it in a little bit when I'm doing my videos, so that, not that you see a false side of me, but I think some of you might be shocked if you saw the real side of my everyday language, because it's hard to believe that some of the words that come out of this mouth of a 73-year-old woman, because I am very colorful, let's say, in my everyday conversations with people, and I do tend to swear a lot. I always do. I've done it my whole life. I don't know why. It's just, sometimes they just come up with the better adjectives. I don't know why, but it just does. And then there's one word, we all know what it is that you can use it like a noun, a verb, an action verb, an adjective. But, and sometimes I've used them all in one sentence. But, so I do apologize if I offended anybody yesterday. That was not my intention, but sometimes it's just, I was in a mood yesterday, I guess. So I apologize completely, but I don't apologize for not trying my best, because I do try my best, and I really have been failing the last year or two, and I want to turn that wagon around and get back on the right track. So that's where I'm heading now. But thank you to everybody that sent me your pictures. I so appreciate it. I'm sorry it took so long. I was just so involved in getting exasperated with my basement that I let things bother me too much, that I let things that were on my mind sway to the back. I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just, when it gets done, it gets done. That's my thought now at this point, is when it gets done, it gets done. If he shows up, it'll be a miracle. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. Okay, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.